All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, goddammit. I am back. I am back. Hold on. Let me get my things together real quick. So I had cut off the joint for a second, but I'm back. God damn it. Hold on. Let me make sure I can see my shit. And we back in here. So I'm back because I checked the joint. It had to be refreshed. Well, we had to end the live, you know what I'm saying? Because we had to end the live. Hold on, let me try to do something. I want to try to do something real quick. Let me try to see if I could hold on. Should I try to do that? No, I'm not gonna try to do that today. I was gonna try to see if I could work the Blog Talk phones. Because I gotta see if those things work again on my end. But for right now, you guys can just call into the joints. Hold on, let me put the number up there real quick. So y'all can call back into the joint. You know, we still live. You feel what I'm saying? We still live. So he say, Undercut Dating True said, did you see the Bandman Kevo video I sent you about tricking? Yeah, so we gonna do something. We're gonna do something like that. K-Zag, let me know if you want to come on, bro. I'll send you the link and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Let me know if you want to come on. I'll send you the link. Hold on. Because I was like, we got to get back on here. So Miles had to refresh his page. So I was like, fuck it. We got to go back on here. But I was like, you know, the dude that called right before we cut off, I was like, man, the modern male needs a dating coach, man. It's sad out here. It's sad out here. You know what I'm saying? It's real sad out here, man. Well, let me send the link to K-Zag, so if he wants to join up, I'll just send him that. But yeah, it's sad out here. The modern male really, really fucking needs a dating coach. It's terrible. All right, I sent you a link, K-Zag, so if you want to hop on, you know, we could get that shit cracking. But yeah, the modern male needs a fucking dating coach, man. This is terrible out here. Let me try to do something. I'm gonna try to put the Blog Talk on. I'm gonna test this because I remember. I think what happened was I had the Bluetooth on the shit. Let me turn my Bluetooth off. Okay, let me turn the Bluetooth off. And I think that was the thing that was fucking shit up. But I'm gonna try to log into the shit and see if I can get this thing going. But shout out to everybody. Be back in the building. But yeah, the modern male needs a dating coach, and it's obvious because a lot of dudes they really just don't get it. They just really miss the point. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like they really miss the fucking points. Let me see if I could. Yeah, they be missing a point when it comes to the game. But shout out to everybody that's back. You feel what I'm saying? And remember, guys, we have the motherfucking Game Kings seminar popping up. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check that out. Game Kings 2 seminar popping off. DM me for the tickets and all of that other stuff. DM Miles for the tickets and all that other shit. If you guys want to get some tickets to that shit, get that shit cracking, and then we will make that shit happen. Right? So let me see if I want to try to see if I could get the Blog Talk working again. So I'm in Blog Talk right now. I'm gonna set up a show real quick. I'm gonna just create something real quick, and let me see if it works this time. Because if it don't work this time, I don't know what the fuck is going on my end. You feel what I'm saying? I really don't know what's going on this situation. So I'm going to try to see what I could do with this. See if I could get the Blog Talk number popping off. You feel what I'm saying? So let me try to do this. Let's go live on Blog Talk, and we're going to see if we could get some calls on the Blog Talk radio stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So let me connect to this real quick. We get the numbers popping. All right, so y'all hear that? So now what I want you guys to do, I want somebody to call into the Blog Talk number. I'm gonna put the Blog Talk number on here. All right. All right, so I'm gonna put the Blog Talk number up on here real quick. I want somebody to call in so we can see if we can hear guys through the Blog Talk. 516-387-1224. All right, so that is the Blog Talk number. Call in. So I want to see if it's going to. All right, so now I want to see if it's going to work on my end. And if it works on my end, then we can use that number. And if it doesn't work on my end, then we got to go back to the Skype number. You feel what I'm saying? So guys, call up that number, 516-387-1224. All right, let me see. I think somebody's trying to call up. Okay, we got 716. Can you hear me? What's popping? Okay, can you guys hear 716? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear 716. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear 716. Put a 1 in the chat. So keep talking 716 real quick, just so they can see, to see we. So y'all still can't hear 716. Jesus Christ, man! I don't know what's going on with this shit. They can't hear. they can't hear you. I can hear you. You can hear me. They still can't hear you. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit. All right, well, I tried. So now we're going to go back to the regular number. So call into the regular number, the 646 number. We're going to do that. All right, so let's do that again. Okay, so we're going to go back to the 646. I don't know why this shit still don't work. So we're going to do the 646 number. Let me go back to that. So we tried, people. We're going to do the 646 number and then just go back to that situation. And then I still got to figure that out. I don't know why the 516 number doesn't fucking work. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why. Hold on. What I put Boss Mac joint on here. Hold on. Let me get my shit together real quick. So 481-3901. Put that there. And then we're going to have the other shit scrolling at the bottom. Okay. And show that. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, I think K-Zaggin is coming up.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
What up? We got K-Zaggin 20 in the motherfucking building. All right, let's get into this. And guys, if you want to call up, the call-in number is 646-481-3901. So that's the call-in number for now. So if you want to call up and get this shit cracking, we can make this happen. So K-Zaggin, what's your thoughts on this? Where do you feel like the modern male needs a dating coach? Like, what's your thoughts on this shit?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, you good.
All right. Yeah, no, let me tell you why the modern male needs a dating coach, right? Mm-hmm. See, the modern male needs a dating coach because a lot of these guys, they're late bloomers.
Right.
Meaning a lot of, and I'm not saying that to be rude or disrespect any dudes, but a lot of these dudes, when they graduated high school, they had little to no experience with women.
Right.
So a lot of these dudes didn't start getting experience until maybe when they were a couple of years into college or later. Mm-hmm. And the mistake that guys make is because they had sex a couple of times. They think they understand women. They think they understand attraction. And unfortunately, because of the social media age and all of that, a lot of guys, they go to social media and they hear certain things and they think that because they're getting the secondhand knowledge, that makes them knowledgeable. Right. And my thing is, like I know, to really have real world experiences, you have to go through the trials and tribulations. It's kind of like baptism by fire. Right. You have to really be in it, in the mud, knee deep and shit, to see how chicks really move. And let me just say this real quick. This is what a lot of guys don't understand. You have to wear all the different hats that niggas wear. This is what I mean by that. Right. Okay, you have to have been a dude that's been a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You have to have been a dude that's been a fuck buddy. Right. A dude who's been a side dude. a dude who maybe had threesomes or participated in orgies, because that's the only way you can truly see all the different faces that women wear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're the guy, go ahead. What was you going to say? My bad.
Well, no, I was saying that's a fact. Keep going. You good? You're going in.
No. I just want guys to understand, to truly have this is why when guys talk about red pill shit, it's like you niggas still don't know nothing.
Right.
Okay, because you think being cheated on makes you knowledgeable. No, nigga, that don't make you knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? That look, let me tell y'all something. A woman cheating on you, it don't look. That's, to me, that's nothing. A woman cheat, especially if you ain't got no kids, you ain't married, you can just leave her and bounce. Right. A lot of niggas think because a chick cheated on them that they went through something. Nigga, you ain't went through shit. Because there's a lot of niggas going through real shit, like raising kids that ain't theirs with a woman that they married to. And I'm saying, and they paying child support for kids that ain't theirs. To me, that's some real shit. But because of this little pity ass chick, fuck another nigga, bro, you be all right. Just this too shall pass. But also, a lot of niggas, they think they know what game is. And they think just having a bunch of sex equates to them having the requisite knowledge and wisdom to deal with women. No, nigga, getting casual sex really ain't that difficult, nigga.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is this, man, is that, you know, unfortunately, guys are going to keep making the same mistakes because they are in situations where they think they know what they're doing, but what happens is that they're not getting the favorable outcomes that they want. And so what they do is they'll say, well, you know, it's the women now. And when you guys do this, when you say, well, it's the women are this way and the women are that way, and I got to get women somewhere else, or the women out here nowadays, or the Western women or the modern women. And when you're making it about the women, you forget that you're the problem. You see what I'm saying? And so the issue is that what most guys like to do, because even the caller that we had on the last show that I just cut off, what he was saying was, he was like, yo, I'm waiting 2 days before I call a girl, or I'm trying to make it seem like I'm busy so she'll like me, or I'm trying to do something to make the girl think that I'm this way so that I can stand out in order to get her. So everything he's saying is, what trick, gimmick, technique can I do to trick this girl or manipulate this girl into thinking I'm somebody she would want, instead of being a guy that woman would actually want. That's the problem with a lot of dudes. Because see, this is the thing. When you're a guy who gets women, right? When you're a guy who's attractive, you should basically be saying to yourself, every time you're dealing with a woman and a woman's giving you cooperation, a woman wants to have sex with you, a woman's calling you all the time, you should understand that is happening because you're that nigga. You're that dude. You should already have that mentality. Like, of course she's going to hit me up when I hit her up because I'm that dude. Of course she want to buy me shit because I'm that dude. Of course she's trying to fuck me quickly because I'm that motherfucking dude. But the problem is guys don't think they're that dude, so they want to pretend to be that dude so they can get what that dude gets. And that's not how it works. And this is why you need a coach, because a coach gets you to recognize that you are that dude because you don't know it, which is why you're playing the goofy games. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy.
Bro, there's a song by Frank Sinatra called I Did It My Way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
When you that dude, you do it your way. Okay, hold on, I heard echo. Hold on, let me do this. Okay. All right. So what guys have to understand, I'm going to tell this real quick story. And I told this before a handful of times, but I'm going to shorten it in the interest of time. I remember one particular, it was a Friday night. I went to a club by myself. And there was this thick Latina joint. She was dancing by herself on the dance floor. I come up behind her doing that freak dance and shit, grinding all on her from behind. She do a double take and look back at me, and she started throwing it back. So at some point, the dancing we doing, it got kind of sexualized a little bit.
Right.
So I tried to pull her off the dance floor and take her to the crib. And she basically told me, you know, I'm not going anywhere with you tonight. But she was still showing that she was interested, but she was letting me know I'm not leaving with you tonight. So I said, all right, bet, cool. I said, why don't I do this? Why don't you take out your phone? I'm going to give you my number. When you're ready to make something happen, hit me up.
Right. So
she puts my number in her phone and she calls me immediately while we're still talking. And she says, now you have my number. Now, this was a Friday night, mind you. All right. The next day, Saturday, I'm with one of my partners and I'm talking to him about this chick because she wasn't wearing no panties, right? So when I was dancing with her, I had my hand on her thigh. and she was leaking all of my fingertips and shit. I thought it was sweat. And I had told her, I'm like, you nasty, you sweating all on me. She's like, that ain't sweat. That's what made me say, oh, let's go. And I knew it was some other type of liquid, right? So I'm like, we need to bounce right now. So while I'm talking to him about this situation, I said, you know what? Let me call baby girl right now. Fuck it. So literally 24 hours, less than 24 hours after we exchanged phone numbers, I call her up, right, to see what she up to. She basically tells me she's about to go out to eat with her friends. And she invites me out to eat with them, and she offers to pay. And I said, nah, we ain't gonna. I said, look, when you get done with your girls, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the type to just be hanging with chicks and their friends that I just met. I don't do that shit. Right. So even though she was offering to pay, I'm like, no. Because bear in mind, the night before that, I had already tried to get her to the crib to fuck. So if I go out with her, now I'm dealing with her on her terms. Now she's dictating the situation. I can't have that. Exactly. So I stuck to the script and said, no, when you get done with your girls and you free, holla at me, we can make something happen. So she gets done eating with her girls, she called me, I'll go to her crib, we make something happen. The point of that story, and it goes back to the caller you had before on the last joint that dropped, is he's worried about looking a certain way if he calls too soon. When you're dealing with a woman who's feeling you and sexually attracted to you, you can't call soon enough. Exactly. Bro, I've literally gotten a chick's number at 11 o'clock in the morning and called her at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hours later. Hey, look, hey, this is such and such. Yeah, we met earlier today at the park. Hey, what you got going on later tonight? Chicks don't got an issue. They only got an issue with niggas they ain't feeling. When they feeling you, they are excited to hear from you because a lot of times they think, I hope he calls me. I hope he's feeling me like I'm feeling him. I really look forward to him calling me. So when you call, they're like this. You can't even see them on the phone. They're like, exactly. But you got it, fam.
Right. That's what guys got to understand, man. And guys, get the likes up, people. Get the mics up. You got to get the message spread around. You feel what I'm saying? And remember, guys, the seminar is popping. April 2nd, 2023. Make sure you guys hit us up for the tickets. We had a few tickets left. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get this ASAP. You feel me? But and see, this is the thing I want guys to understand. And guys, call up the number 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. You feel what I'm saying? That is a number right there. And the thing is this, guys, is that what a coach is gonna do for you is show you the things that you don't know, and then they're going to show you the mistakes you're making so you can correct the mistakes, but not only correct the mistakes, but also understand why you made the mistakes and also understand the correct things to do from here on out. And so when you guys pay attention to this and you guys understand what we're saying and you get coached, what you're going to notice is there's going to be a lot of things that connect to each other. You're going to start to connect the fucking dots. And then everything, a lot of guys, this is what they say to me. They get to me and they say, look, Hario, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know the next moves to make. I don't know what to do to get this girl, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to make shit happen. Part of the reason why you don't know, and we was talking about this earlier, and I talked about this on the other show, guys don't put themselves in enough situations so that they can learn from the situations. Because when you hear me say something, you hear it and it'll make sense, but it makes more sense when you experience it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys, truthfully, when we say to you, yo, you know, you can meet a chick and just fuck her within an hour, most dudes don't believe us when we say that. Now, the reason why they don't believe us when we say that is because they haven't been out there interacting with enough women to get to the point where they've actually had the type of situation occur. Where they've had a situation occur where they talk to a woman, they're like, damn, this chick is giving me a lot of fucking energy. She's smiling all up in my face. You understand what I'm saying? She seemed like she's ready right now. Like she's about what I'm about. And so when you do those things, when you're out there and you're making these things happen, you'll start to see more of those things happen. Now, check this out. Imagine you meet a chick, she's trying to give you the pussy like that, right? Then you start talking to more and more chicks. You're going through a bunch of different girls, talking to them, hollering at them, all that other stuff. Then you run into another woman who's trying to give you the pussy like that. Then you go out with your boys next week, hollering at different chicks, getting numbers, exchanging numbers. Then you meet another chick who's trying to give you the pussy like that. Now you're like, damn, I'm starting to get experiences where women are being super cooperative, trying to give me the pussy easily without me having to do much, but just talk to them and interact with them. Then what's going to happen is, because that's happening, you're going to say, oh shit, the next time a woman gives me friction, I don't need to deal with her because I know better, because I had 3 times where it happened where a chick wanted to fuck with me easily. Now, if you don't have that experience ever, it's going to be hard for you to believe that can happen. And then you're going to deal with more uncooperative chicks because that's your normal. You want to make your normal women actually cooperating with you easily and you having that experience. Once you have that, then it's hard to go back to women who are on some bullshit. So a lot of guys deal with women who are on some bullshit because they haven't dealt with women who aren't on bullshit. But the way to deal with women who aren't on bullshit is you got to get your lazy ass out there. You see what I'm saying? That's
Bro,
what
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna compare it to being street smart and living in a hood.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've been around that environment, you just know when something don't look right.
Right. Exactly.
You know when niggas is acting shifty, you can just sense that something ain't right.
Right.
It's called patterns of behavior, where you see certain things, so you're able, before shit really get kicked off. Like I remember you told a story one time how you met some chick at the subway or the train, and you knew them niggas was shifty.
Right.
But you knew it was in your mind the whole time. Even though you walked past them niggas, the shit was cool. You just knew something ain't right about these niggas. Right. And then when you came back with the babe, you got robbed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you already knew something was amiss. It's just for whatever reason you ignored that shit. I don't know why you did. But the point I'm trying to make is to allude to what you said earlier. When you deal with enough women, you see patterns of behavior. So an example would be maybe when you're kind of wet behind the ears, maybe you're talking to chicks for 20, 30 minutes at a time. Right. And once you do that enough, you realize patterns of behavior once favorable outcomes start to happen. So what happens is when you really become skilled in the game and knowledgeable and you have this astute awareness about you, instead of talking to chicks for 20, 30 minutes, you can have a conversation for 2 or 3 minutes and you can see what you used to see in 20, 30 minutes. Now you can see it in 2 or 3 minutes because you see the pattern of behavior. It could be body language. It could be the way the chick looks at you. It could be the tonality that she uses when she's speaking to you. It can be a myriad of things that you just pick up on quicker because you've seen it so much in this patterns of behavior. Like a guy asked a question in the chat. He talked about how one-night stands happen. One-night stands happen because you have guys out here that basically dictate the pace and the flow of their interaction, and they make shit happen. Right, exactly. A lot of guys, you guys, it's kind of like the choosing signal niggas. A lot of you guys, you take all your cues from women. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying shit to women, having a conversation, and you peeping their reaction to things, and then you react accordingly. But a lot of guys, you're so worried about offending women. Okay? You're so worried about, quote unquote, fucking up your opportunity to fuck that I refer to it as tempering your words. You're very careful with what you say. Like you're tiptoeing, you're walking on eggshells with the chick. So that leads to a lot of passiveness and a lot of indirectness. It's very hard to entice a woman sexually when you're not an assertive, transparent guy. You got
That's a fact. That's a fact. And shout out to Coach Justin. Coach Justin, I sent you a link in your DM on Instagram. So if you want to come through, just come through and, rock with us if you are free. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm telling you, see, and this is why when the dude called up earlier and I said, he was like, yo, but like I told the girl, I gave her my number and then she said, oh no, he said, I asked for her number. She said, no, I'll take yours. Whenever a woman says, whenever you tell a woman, hey, give me your information, and she says, no, I'll take yours, or no, I'll give you my Instagram. Whenever a woman refuses to do what you say, that's already a sign that she's not really interested. Remember, any form of resistance is disinterest. So what happened was he gave her the number thinking she was probably still interested in him and that she was going to call. I could have told you from the jump she ain't going to call. You see what I'm saying? Because she already, what happened is that when a woman rejects your offer, that is a sign of disinterest. So it doesn't matter that she says, hey, give me your number. The only reason she's saying, give me your number is because she wants to end the conversation. And you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all it is.
Well, also what guys have to remember is that women want to avoid conflict.
Right.
So what they're going to do is pretend that they're interested to get you up out of their face without you harming them.
Right. Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's what they want. So even when you ask for a chick's number and she gives you the Instagram instead, because see, she completes her Instagram better than she completes you blowing up her fucking phone.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So this is why guys got to understand, like you said, for me, right? Because I actually know who the fuck I am and I know what I want. If I'm trying to get a woman's number, which I don't like asking for a woman's number, I give them mine. But okay, but let's go with that. Let's go with me offering my number to a woman.
Right.
If a woman tells me I'm old school, I don't call men. I'll give you my number so you can call me.
Right.
I'm rejecting her number. I don't want your number.
Exactly.
I don't want your number because how I look at it is you're not attractive enough to me, or she's not attractive enough to me to break your rules and say, fuck it, I usually don't, but for you, I'll make an exception. If I can't be that exception, nigga, I don't want to fuck with you.
Exactly.
Period.
That's a fact. That's real shit. That's real shit. And guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat, or if you want to call up 646-481-3901. So this question here says, can you explain how one night stands happen? Simple. you meet women that are sexually attracted to you, and they want to have sex with you, and they only want to have sex with you that one time. Shout out to Coach Justin in the building. Oh, shit.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Good evening.
Mr. Justin in the building.
Exactly.
What's up? What's going on, fam?
What's your thoughts on this, where you got guys out here who they just need help? Like, why do you think some of these guys need help? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's guidance, right? See, I don't know. Well, actually, we're all older men here.
Right.
We come from a generation where there's either you got older brothers telling you, you got brothers telling you, you got people like older men in your neighborhood telling you. Basically, just forces of older men telling you what's going on.
Right.
And just as the decades have gone on and things, we're not going to get into all that social stuff, but there's that lack. So they're going to these places and getting information that's second, third, fourth, fifth hand. That's usually from not a place of experience.
Right.
And then they suck that in and go, oh yeah, that's the truth. And really it's a cope. And right. But really they just got to get out there and do stuff.
Right. Right. That's a fact. And, I think a lot of times what happens is and I always said this, I said, there's only so much a coach can teach you, because there's certain things you learn by being out and by experiencing actual experiences with women in real time, in real life, going back and forth with the girl, doing these things, because you learn more about yourself. Because I always tell guys this, like if, let's say, for example, a guy is afraid to approach women because he's scared of getting rejected, right? Yeah. The only reason he even really knows or will know how afraid he is actually going out there and attempting to do it. So let's say he says, listen, Carl, I'm afraid. Okay, go out this weekend and try to approach women, right? He might go out and then he might realize he's not as afraid as he thought. He ended up approaching like 20 girls, right? Because it was all in his head. Or you might have a guy who is really afraid and he goes out and he tries, but he does nothing because he knows that he's really afraid. Now, based off of that, I can say the guy who thought he was afraid but approached 20 women, I can coach him in a different way than I will coach the guy who's afraid, because they're at two different levels. So I know that this first guy who can actually approach 20 women, I can teach him a little bit more advanced at that point versus the guy who's still scared to approach. And so by you going out there, you're actually helping us help you better. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Well, yeah, there's more meat on the bone.
Right.
And that's why I moved towards relationships. So I started actually coaching just people who are in relationships.
Right.
Because there's just meat on the bone, right? So a lot of times, like we look at a lot of these shows where the people will call in and they'll say, all right, here's some text messages. Here's a conversation that I had. This went down with my girl. And there's something there to deal with. But if the guy isn't doing anything and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm swiping on profiles. It's like, well, okay, well, what else is there? There's nothing to work with.
Right.
And you haven't invested yourself into any situations to see if any loss or gain.
Right. Exactly. Now, real shit. So guys, if you want to call in number 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. Get your questions answered, people. You got three dudes on here who got that heavy game to give you guys. You feel what I'm saying? So we only gonna be on here for another probably like half an hour. So don't, you know what I'm saying? So take advantage of this shit. You feel me? But yeah, and the thing is this, man, is that like I think what happens is a lot of guys are really just scared to do the work. So what I try to tell guys is this, right? Is that if you put in the work, right, you'll actually start to see results, even if you're scared, you're nervous, you don't know what to do, all this other shit. The more you put in the work on yourself by first, and this is what guys got to understand. First, you have to, and Steve always talks about this, you have to vet yourself, check in with yourself. You got to actually do the work on yourself, because a lot of guys, unfortunately, they have issues that they need to handle, and those issues are the things that stop them from actually making progress when they out here trying to do what they do. So you got to first work on shit within yourself. Then on top of that, once you start to do that and recognize that, you got to actually put yourself out there so that you can learn things on your own about you in these particular situations with women, because you'll learn more about what you like and don't like by interacting with the woman versus just being on YouTube all day. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to get the information, but you really got to go out there and push yourself so that you can learn more about yourself in the particular situations.
Sure. It gave you tons of manuals on like jiu-jitsu, right? Give you books, videos, instruction manuals, the whole bit, but you're not going to know how you react to somebody trying to choke you out until you're actually rolling around, and that happens. And are you going to stay cool? Are you going to piss your pants? Are you going to get angry? Are you going to start crying? Like, you don't know until you're actually faced with the pressures, and then you notice your mind going, oh shit, I'm freaking out right now. And then it says stay calm. All right, I'm going to try to stay calm. And now you can think your way through these things without getting emotional about it.
You know what it reminds me of? I think it was Mike Tyson that says, in reference to dudes boxing, everyone has a plan until they get hit, right? Yeah. And I think a lot of guys, they look for the perfect storm or the perfect scenario. And when it don't go exactly how they planned it, they get stuck with women. What up, April? How you doing?
Up, April.
So a couple of things. Back to the title of the joint, as far as dudes needing coaching. The problem that I see with a lot of guys, YouTube content creators and YouTube content consumers, is when it comes to attraction or dealing with women, guys have to understand there are subtleties to it in certain areas and there are complexities to it in other areas. So a lot of times when shit is simplistic, guys overcomplicate that. And then when things are a little more complex, they oversimplify it. Okay. And what guys have to understand when it comes to attraction, specifically sexual attraction, there is nothing logical about a woman wanting to fuck you. Right. Okay. It's a feeling that she has. I think a lot of guys, they spend so much time trying to logically explain why women do what they do that they completely miss the point as to the fact that women are governed by their feelings and their emotions. If you can appeal to that, I refer to it as appealing to a woman's feminine sensibilities, meaning you can get her here. Once you can tap into her psyche or her mental, everything flows from there. You got her. Everything flows from there. The problem with a lot of guys is they think because a woman shows interest that they got her exactly where they want her. And my thing is, what you're finding is, a woman might be interested in dealing with you, but she's giving you pushback.
Right.
She's challenging you on this. She's making shit difficult because you don't got her here. Because if you had her here, everything would be so easy. Hell, I don't know if you've ever experienced this shit. Where shit was so easy, you question shit.
Right.
I don't know. Oh, this shit is too easy.
Right.
Like, I ain't really got to say a whole lot of shit. She literally got a silver platter. No, fuck a silver platter. She got a platinum platter, and she got the pussy on it going like this. Take it. Like, shit is so easy. You questioning how easy this shit is. But once you experience it a couple of times, you realize there's something about you that evokes a woman to come out the gate showing you that type of cooperation. Y'all got it.
Right. So J-Bone said, so is that why when y'all say, when you understand who you are, then you're prepared for any situation that comes your way when it comes to women? Well, this is the thing. You're prepared, but also this is the key you got to understand is that you really want to get into a lot of different situations because you also want to see how you feel and how you respond in these situations. Because sometimes what'll happen is that you will be in a situation that will throw you off. Like I remember this one time, and it was funny because I wasn't even trying to talk to the chick, but we was in this rooftop joint, right? And in order to get downstairs, everybody has to get into the elevator, and the elevator brings you downstairs, right? So me and my boy is leaving the spot, and there's this girl. She was tall as shit. She had to have been at least like 6'5", 6'6" or some shit. She was a tall motherfucker. So
I'm climbing that. That's a ladder, bitch. I'm climbing that. Go ahead.
We get into the elevator, right? So it's me, my boy, her, and like maybe like 10 other people in the elevator. It's a big ass elevator. So I'm standing next to her, and I look at her, and I'm looking up at her because she tall. And I said, damn, I was like, you're tall as hell. And she was like, well, you're short as hell. And then everybody in the elevator was like this. And it was like, I wasn't saying it to like diss her, but she responded like she was trying to diss me because she thought I dissed her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hold on. I was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, relax. Like, what's that all about? Like, she had that little attitude.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was I wasn't prepared for that response. So I was like, oh shit, word. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens when you out there doing what you do, there's going to be times where you just, talking, having a conversation or interaction, and you might be thrown off because you're not prepared for the response. But what happens is, this is why it's important to go out there and be out there, because you want to be prepared at all times for all responses. You see what I'm saying? Because I just didn't really say that. I just kept it moving or whatever. But the way I felt, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, what's all that about? I didn't even expect that to happen. And the thing is that the more that you go out there and the more that you do what you do and do your shit, what happens is that you become less and less worried about or care about anything that's going to happen in these situations, because you're just like, I'm cool, I'm chilling, I'm doing what I do. And no matter what happens, it don't really matter at the end of the day. A lot of guys are scared to do things because in their mind, shit seems scarier than what it actually is in reality. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, not only that, this is what I would say. If you're dictating the pace and the flow of the interaction, if you're controlling it from the onset, you're less likely to get shook up. Now, that doesn't mean that the chick won't say some off the wall shit to you,
right? But
once you're used to directing the situation ultimately where you want it to go, the moment the woman shows you any resistance to that, a lot of times you just walk away. Like, you know what? Hey, look, hey, you have a good night. I hope your night gets better, especially when she has an attitude. Hey, look, and let me just say this about that, because guys, I hear guys literally say that rejection stings, or that they're hurt. My thing is, imagine how much of a bitch you gotta be as a dude, where a woman who's a stranger, these women they're random chicks. If she has that type of power where she can move you emotionally this way or that way, imagine if she was your girlfriend. Imagine the damage she can do to your emotions if you will allow a woman you've been talking to for 2 minutes to upset you like that. Y'all got it.
Real shit.
Well, to address the question, I think I like making a lot of references to martial arts, because when you're training and you're doing drills after drills after drill after drill. But what really does the magic is when you're sparring, because there's no predictability. But all those drills that you're doing, they come out without thinking about it, right? So you're prepared, but it's not like you're doing routine or anything like that. That's where like the POA nonsense comes into play, because they're like, oh, well, you say this. It's like, well, but you can't account for every situation, every conversation, and it'll just drive you mad trying to be that prepared and trying to be predictable about it. But what it does is it keeps you light on your toes so that you can kind of just flow with whatever happens and really be thrown off too much. I mean, sure, like it'll, for that instance, and because it's a new set of information you never heard of before or whatever, like I doubt like many women call you short in low cardio. Right. But in that moment, it's like, oh, that's new. And then you can turn it on its head. You can turn it into a joke. You can ignore it. There's so many ways to deal with what someone says that, but you can't have that, to the original point, unless you're having constant situations. You're constantly sparring, so to speak, and exercising these tools. So it just comes off naturally.
That's a fact. So Don Bernard, he said, when you ask a woman age, the first conversation you have with her and she refuses to tell you, would you consider that disinterest?
Why are you asking her age? the only
why do you hate underage women? Because that's
to me, thank you. It's when you're uncertain whether or not she's legal or not. That would be the only time that would matter. Right.
But if you can tell she's an older woman, it's like
why would you see? And this goes to the point of you guys. See, a lot of you guys, you're asking shit that don't really matter, right? If you're mainly motivated to deal with a woman because you're interested in sex, what the fuck does her age matter in the grand scheme of things?
Right.
It don't matter. See, my thing is, and I think Steve the Dean, he talked about this. You guys y'all waste y'all words. Y'all have these conversations and y'all talk about shit that doesn't really matter. And all you're doing is you're over communicating. You're talking too much about needless shit. Stick to the point of what you're trying to do and only speak to that.
Right. Real shit. Let me see what these other questions says. I had one of you guys a while. I guess he mean I heard. He said head. This,
yes. Yes.
He said, I heard one of you guys a while back mention you needed to train women because they usually deal with simps. So how do you know which ones to train and which ones to charge to the game? Well, I mean, Coach Justin, you could take this because I know you do a lot of domination type stuff.
No, I mean, doesn't have to go that far, but it's a multi-question because he's saying, how do you know which ones to train? You're not even there, right? See, this is the case of hearing some stuff and they should do when they don't know themselves first. It's like, what? For what purpose? Are you even measuring anything according to a certain standard, right? So the training it's not training per se. It's not like they're going to boot camp or something like that. It's just kind of what is usually meant, I think, in training when it comes to dating level anyways, is like when you're coming to a company and they give you the handbook and it's like, okay, this is the dress code, this is the code of conduct, like a very basic outline of like, this is what we expect of you when you come to work here.
Right.
It's that simple, but you can't do that until you actually know what the hell you're about.
Right. Again, that's the thing, is that it's more so about, because saying, how do you know the right woman to do that with? The right woman is the woman who wants to adhere to your program. Because I think a lot of guys, they see one of the things that because I was talking to somebody about this other day and they was talking about like control or having control over your woman, and in the context of, like, let's say y'all are doing some like kinky type of stuff, that's one thing. But what I'm saying is that in the grand scheme of things of trying to control a woman, you really can't. You understand what I'm saying? And you shouldn't want to.
All free.
Right. It's all free will and them doing what they want to do. So what happens is that even when you lead a woman is basically following your lead, right? And that's why you can lead, because she's following you. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is that there has to be a freedom of her wanting to follow you in order for that leadership to happen. You see what I'm saying? So you're leading because she's following, right? And she's following because you're leading. So it's both of you having to have that sort of like relationship with each other in order for that to be something that actually happens. But nobody's controlling anyone. So she's freely following you and you're freely leading her. But you're leading her because she's actually saying, I want to follow you, right? And she's following you because you're saying, I want to lead you. Because you still have to make a choice to lead a woman. You understand? You say, I'm choosing to lead you. And then you, in turn, you are choosing to follow me. So it's this relationship that works because both people are freely doing these things simultaneously of their own free will. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Well, I would liken it to something being more symbiotic, where I think a lot of guys, they try to force fit something with women. Like they will literally deal with a woman they're not compatible with, but they don't see it as that. All they know is I want to fuck her. Like what comes to mind are those viral videos where guys take chicks to dinner, and toward the end of the evening, when a chick ain't down to fuck or do what the guy doesn't want to pay her a portion of the meal. Right? My thing is this. So throughout the whole time you were eating dinner with her, you couldn't tell there was no vibe between you. Right. You couldn't tell she wasn't feeling you like you were feeling her. But but in their mind, because the woman is still there, because she's actually there at the table eating her meal, they believe that there's something there, although there's nothing there. Right. And that comes with, and I think Coach Justin said, you know, guys don't know themselves. The reason why guys don't know themselves, they're like an amoeba. They do shit at the behest of the woman. Whatever the woman is doing, they kind of go with that to kind of fit in with her agenda. Like if I do in or say this, then that's going to get me closer to what I want, which is the sex. But what they don't realize is the whole time you're following the woman, and she sees you're doing that. Right. She sees that she has leverage over you, which could be her beauty, but also it could be the fact that she knows you want to fuck, right? So she knows that you're only behaving this way. You're only doing the things that you're doing, not because you are a cool dude and this is what you do. You're only doing it because you think it's going to get you this. So she automatically knows she has the upper hand. And she knows that, because if she was following your lead, she would have behaved differently. But she knows that she has the leverage, so basically she's leading you. Once a woman realizes that, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, she ain't gonna have no respect for you. Right.
Real talk. I can give a brief tip though, because this is like we're talking about it in a very large term. But what I say to guys is to start very, very small, low investment level on her part. Okay. Just very simple things like let's say you made a plan to go, okay, hit her up. Let's say you arrive early and you say, hey, you know what? On your way here, pick me up some breath mints. Just right, very like low stress on her part, and you see that happen. It's like, all right, cool, right? And you thank her, right? Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Then the next times you interact, you just slowly ramp up the stress level, right? Because you're stressing the situation to see what level of compliance she wants to take it to. Right. And then you just make it a little bit more. And then if it reaches a point where there's no go, then you're like, all right, there it is. Right. And you didn't really invest much. All you did was just make simple, small requests.
Right. So this question right here says, how do I get over an escort I am no longer able to see due to my parents finding out? I kind of caught feelings, to be honest.
Hit her up and tell her how you feel.
See, what that tells me is,
I'm sorry.
And I hate to assume, but what that tells me is, you have a tender dick, right? because you're falling for a chick where all she's providing you is sexual companionship. She's not doing any now. She might be talking to you in a way that's very appealing to you because you feel like you're getting some type of intimacy and affection from it. But what guys have to remember, sex workers are actresses too. You know what I'm saying? That's it's kind of like a chick who's a bartender or a waitress. She's gonna smile a little bit more. She might even touch your hand. She's gonna be flirtatious because she wants a bigger tip. Okay, like even strip club chicks or cocktail waitresses in strip club, they do the same shit. That's what they do. I think guys, they're not used to certain type of treatment from women. So anytime a woman gives them a little thing, they just run with it, and they make it seem like, oh, she actually likes me. So then, and my thing is, he's not in love with her. He's just infatuated. That's all that shit really is.
Right. This is crazy. Yeah, he's just again, this is what we talk about experience. You know, right now he's so about it and in love with this woman because he has little experience. This is what happens to guys who have like you know what's funny? The guys who have the least experience with women are usually, I notice, the guys that are thirsty to have a girlfriend. I've always noticed it. They're like, I want a girlfriend.
Yep.
And I'm yeah, you want a girlfriend so bad because you've never had a girlfriend. So you're thinking that having this is going to solve all your problems, that you're going to be a man now that you have a girl. Like you want this because of those reasons, most likely. And that's because of little to no experience. So even a guy getting caught up or falling in love with a woman like this, just women in general like that, is because of lack of experience, because it's almost like a scarcity thing. It's like when guys don't really have much, then they get in a situation, that situation becomes like this big, amazing thing, and that they need in their life, and they can never let it go. And now I can't live without you, and all this other crazy stuff. And then this is an escort. So basically, what it's saying is he didn't have the skill or know-how to get a woman who wasn't one, and he's falling in love with a woman who he doesn't even realize that she's only there because he's providing her with the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not even like a genuine connection of desire. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
No, it's not.
In a game there's games everywhere, right? To gain the experience from game is to reflect, right? That's where so many lessons. So with that guy, one of the best things he could do is to take a part of himself, separate it, and look at himself and say, why? Right? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I so attached to this person? And you keep asking why? As you say, the truth is inside you. You keep doing that and go through your ego that wants to protect yourself from that kind of pain. And you'll get to a truth that speaks to you greater than any experience with a woman can. And you'll take you and to the next situation. And then it's fine. Maybe he goes for another escort, but he's not going to get as caught up, because you'll see those reactions, those emotional reactions happening again.
Right. So this one says, Mr. Carter, I'll read that after you.
No, real quick. I saw, to your point, El, I saw a Facebook post where a guy literally said, I can't wait to get a girlfriend so I can spoil her.
Oh my God.
When I saw that post, I'm like, you are primed to have your fucking heart broken with that type of thought process. You got to feel
right. It says, Mr. Carter, you should do a show about Darius Miles, a basketball player who killed a woman because she doesn't want to talk to him. I actually heard we talked about that a little bit on the Bad Boy Show on Patreon, so make sure you guys go and get and check that out. But this is the type of stuff that happens, unfortunately, with the modern males. This is why we say modern males need a dating coach. This is the type of stuff that happens when guys don't really have a perspective of understanding who they really are and valuing themselves, because they're looking, because check this out, him getting rejected by that woman, a lot of it is really about him feeling like he's nothing based off of the fact that this woman didn't want him. So he needed her to want him to feel validated to be somebody. But let's take this call real quick and we're going to wrap this up in a second. Let's go to 224. 224, what's popping? Who it is?
Yo, Lucario, Manuel, Jacksonville, 21. I donated.
Appreciate it. We got K Zaggin and Coach Justin with us too. But what's going on? What's your question?
Oh, Zaggin and Justin. Yeah, I just came to give my Blue Long Island iced teas, and I just wanted to thank you guys because this one piece of advice that you gave in the past few days is so I didn't realize that I was being too stagnant about just getting numbers, and I was like, oh, I have to get the number now. And when I was going to the clubs, I was wondering why the fuck is most of these girls not texting back? And then you mentioned on the show 2 days ago they're trying to fuck now if they're at the club. And so I didn't even think about that in terms of the situation, so I would never try to even go for the clothes. So then yesterday, after taking that advice, I went out. And, this girl said, I'm on vacation. And I knew at that moment I was smashing that night. And I was like, all right. Yeah. So I was vacation is literally the ultimate choice, honestly.
Here's the problem. Here's the issue. Two things. When she said she was on vacation, you came at her with a different energy. Why not come at all women with that same energy?
Facts.
I think different energy. It's just when she exposed it. When she said vacation, I was basically saying we're fucking tonight. I just knew that was what it was.
But why not every woman you meet, you should say we fucking tonight.
Right.
See, I said this earlier. I talked about how guys take cues from women. You took a cue from something that she said. Instead of you creating the situation to be we fucking tonight, you waited until you heard her say something. Well, since she's on vacation, we really can't get to know each other and do dates. I guess we're fucking tonight because she ain't gonna be here longer. You know what I'm saying? So you took a cue from something that she said instead of you leading the situation and dictating it and just creating it how you want it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I did do a little bit of, introductory conversation, and it just kind of came up in the first 2 minutes. And so I was like,
Right. And
I just,
Coach, you gonna say something? I thought you was gonna say something.
No, I was just gonna ask, did it happen?
Did what happened?
Did you sleep with the girl?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. And I would say this is that K Zanger brings up a very, very fucking good point. Is that energy you had of, oh yeah, we fucking tonight, that was confidence. You were confident this was going to happen, because it's not just because the girl's on vacation that it's guaranteed you're going to be fucking, but you were confident that you thought it was going to happen. And so what happens is you should have that same confidence level, period. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to you interacting with women. So I think that's a very good point. And I think the lack of confidence that guys have in these situations is part of the reason why they have issues with women in general. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's a good joint.
Yeah. And what it is, if we just look at it real quick, it's caller, you're looking at the girl and you're thinking, oh, she's on vacation. Girls like to fuck while they're on vacation, right?
Right.
They let their hair down. They let their morals to the side. Okay. They don't need to be on vacation.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't. But it's good that you have that situation, but also, again, look at the situation and say to yourself, well, why did that produce a different feeling in me? It was because I thought that she was more free, more carefree. Well, guess what? Women are more carefree when you different way, when you're not constantly trying to hit them up, being all thirsty for sex and things like that. You got a good mouthpiece on you. But they're there. They don't have to be on vacation to let their hair down and go with their desires.
Right. Real shit. So caller, man, but we appreciate you, bro. At least, you still going out there doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? And getting shit cracking, man. But we appreciate the call, brother. I'm a holla. All right, so that's pretty much it, man. Yo, Coach Justin, appreciate you being here. You feel me? So yeah, tell everybody where they can find you and all that other good shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, the best way is on Instagram. That's where I put most of my content. I do videos on YouTube every now and then, but it's Mr. Justin _X. It's mostly relationship and BDSM related. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, come through and check out the information. Hit me up if you have any questions.
That's what's up. And K-Zag, and let them know, all the things.
All right, let me respond because the guy's asking me about coaching. Hit me up at kzagan20@gmail.com. Phoenix Davila 21. kzagan20@gmail.com. Also, you can hit me up at realgamenotheory.com. The email is probably the quickest way because I seem to get my emails quicker than I get the submissions on the website. You know, I might need to upgrade my website so you know that can transition over. But I said Real Game No Theory, manhoodistheskillset.com, but also Real Game No Theory as well. RealGameNoTheory.com, manhoodistheskillset.com. Out of the way, come fuck with me.
That's what's up. And guys, make sure you hit me up at Real Mr. Lucario. Go to badboymembership.com. Go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Make sure you guys hit me up to get the tickets for the Game Kids 2 Definition of a Man seminar. Make sure you guys check that out because it's going to be K-Zag and Ron Wills, Taekwondo, myself, and Miles Cunningham in the motherfucking building, man. So, yeah, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. And we will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We going out. Let me click this shit off.